It is a great honor and privilege to be with you today to pay tribute to 3 American veterans of World War II, who more than 65 years ago risked their lives for the freedom of France and Europe. I would like to extend a warm welcome to their families and friends who have come to show their admiration and gratitude. France and the United States share a deep historical relationship bound together by common values of democracy and freedom that they together gave the world more than 200 years ago. Of all the ways in which our bilateral relations have manifested, one that deserves considerable praise and celebration is the long-standing military ties that unite our 2 countries. This special relationship between the American and the French armed forces dates back to your Revolutionary War and has held strong ever since. From Yorktown and Lafayette to the trenches of World War I and the beaches of Normandy, French and American soldiers have always fought side by side to defend the ideals of a new world. Indeed, France and the United States are each other's closest allies. Today, we celebrate the bravery and sacrifice of America's heroes, to whom we owe our freedom. Their contributions came at a very difficult time in French history. Let's not forget that 600,000 French people and almost 400,000 American soldiers gave their lives during World War II. By paying tribute today to their courageous endeavors, France remembers America's soldiers who helped recover its liberty, its pride, and its honor. Dear veterans, you were among the heroic soldiers who courageously fought to defend our freedom, and we are gathered here today to honor you. On behalf of the Republic of France and the French people, I say thank you. We are immensely grateful for all that you did to liberate France in 1944 and 45. Today, we remember, we honor, we celebrate your bravery by presenting you with the most prestigious decoration that France has to bestow. The National Order of the Légion d'Honneur, the Legion of Honor, was created by Emperor Napoleon I in 1802 to recognize eminent services rendered to the Republic of France on the basis of personal merit. It is France's most illustrious order. Since then, the Legion of Honor has stimulated, encouraged, and honored more great deeds, exceptional achievements, devotion, bravery, sacrifices, inventions, and progress in all branches of human activity that time permits me to share. In recognition of the remarkable courage, dedication, and heroism that you demonstrated during World War II, I'm going to highlight your main heroic deeds before I officially bestow the Legion of Honor upon you by order of seniority. Mr. Jack O'Hearn, you were Corporal of Company A, 81st Chemical Battalion. You participated in the liberation of France. You joined the Army on September the 26th, 1942. You were first deployed to England in 1943 and landed on Easy Red Beach in Normandy in 1944. Your mission was to furnish close mortar support for the 2 leading assault regiments. Under incessant fire from the enemy, your battalion managed to land mortars, ammunition, and the rest of your equipment ashore. You showed leadership and faced constant danger. You and your unit then crossed Normandy and Paris to finally reach the Siegfried Line. It is important to note that the 81st Chemical Battalion was decorated by the Presidential Unit Citation for their courage during the attacks in Europe, in spite of human loss suffered during the Normandy attacks. Mr. Hearn, you have met all the requirements to be awarded the Chevalier of the Légion d'honneur for your contribution to the liberation of France. Mr. James W. Williams, you were a soldier working for the 515th Quartermaster Corps company that participated in the liberation of France. After working on civilian aircrafts, you were assigned as a mechanic to be in charge of maintenance and artillery supplies. In 1944, you were deployed to England to get ready for their Normandy landing. In June 1994, you and members of your unit landed on Omaha Beach. Your mission and duty was to maintain and make sure all armored units and tanks were in condition to operate to be able to pursue combat, often under heavy fire from the enemy. You and your company participated in combat in Normandy, the north of France and Ardennes, before continuing combat across other European countries. You showed leadership and devotion and faced constant danger. Mr. Williams, the French people will never forget your courage and devotion to the cause of freedom. You have met all the requirements to be awarded the Chevalier of the Légion d'honneur for your contribution to the liberation of France during World War II. Mrs. Brown, if you allow me, I will address your husband as if he were here with us, or in a way he is. And here is the picture. Mr. Louis K. Brown, you were a soldier with the 11th Infantry Regiment, 5th Infantry Division. You have participated in the liberation of France. On July the 2nd, 1944, your unit was sent to Normandy to participate in combat and help liberate the city of Caumont. On July 1994, you also took part in the liberation of the village of Vidouville and the city of Saint-Lô. You and your team continued their route towards Angers, then Chartres, which you will gain control of on August 19, 1994. Later on, you and your unit also liberated the cities of Fontainebleau, Montreux, Étampes, Verdun, and Metz. Your unit continued combat in the Ardennes and Germany as well. On December 21st, 1944, you were wounded by enemy fire and sustained leg injuries. For your many displays of heroism under action, you were awarded the prestigious Purple Heart Medal. Mr. Brown, the French people will never forget your courage and your devotion to the great cause of freedom. You have met all the requirements to be awarded the Chevalier de la Légion d'honneur for your contribution to the liberation of France. Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged here to be today with heroes who fought for the liberation of France and Europe, and we cannot praise these men enough for all they have done. As we celebrate their heroism today, let us not forget that we too have a duty to fulfill, to keep the memory of the utmost courage alive for generations to come. Dear veterans, you were there in France in 1944, when hope was waning, but you never lost hope. You overcame fear and persevered in the name of freedom, You are true heroes. In recognition of your extraordinary achievements and untiring efforts in the line of duty, the President of the French Republic has chosen to award you with the rank of Knight of the Legion of Honor. It is with great pleasure that I will now present you with this distinguished award.